Tonight on CTV, learn how one coffee chain is giving back to the community and what went wrong when CSU took on Air Force this past weekend.
And later in the show, see how CSU students are changing lives through a competition.
All that and more on CTV starting right now.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Robbie Patla.
And I'm Wadsworth. A Fort Collins man has been arrested for taking and distributing sexually explicit photos of children online. 35-year-old Jediah Foster is currently booked in Larimer County Jail on 6 counts of sexual assaults on a child and 6 counts of aggravated incest. Fort Collins police received information on Foster photographing children in late October, and he was ultimately arrested on November 12th. Foster works as a repairman in Fort Collins, which has given him access to people's homes. Therefore, Fort Collins police are worried that there are more victims out there. If anyone has any information, they are encouraged to call 970-416-2195. Tippers can remain anonymous and may be eligible for a $2,000 reward.
A man was stabbed after a robbery in a Fort Collins natural area on November 10th. The unidentified 35-year-old victim was hanging out under a bridge at the Kingfisher natural area when the attack occurred. He was transported to the hospital and has since been released. According to Fort Collins Police Department's press release yesterday afternoon, the suspect was around 5'11" and wearing dark clothing along with a facial covering. Police are asking anyone with information to call Detective Laura Knudsen at 970-221-6868.
A pedestrian was hit and seriously injured by a car crash on Saturday evening. The victim was walking along Prospect Road without being in a designated crosswalk when the crash occurred. The vehicle was traveling eastbound with 3 adult occupants, and police are still investigating whether or not drugs or alcohol were involved. Fort Collins PD are encouraging citizens to use designated crosswalks when walking across the street for everyone's safety.
Staff shortages amongst the Poudre School District have now led to the cancellation of school during the entirety of Thanksgiving break. On Friday, November 12th, Superintendent Brian Kingsley released a message to students, staff, and families saying that there are not enough people to provide care for students across the district. The decision aligns with what other schools along the Front Range region are doing for break. Despite over 1,300 probable cases of COVID-19 in the Poudre School District, spokesperson Madeline Noblette says she is hopeful schools won't have to close or shift to remote learning as a result. She said, quote, "What we saw last year as our high schoolers and middle schoolers became eligible for the vaccine was a significant decrease in the number of cases at that age group. So I think we're hopeful that we would see this same sort of effect in the weeks to come." End quote. Originally, the break was supposed to last from November 24th through the 26th. But now the break will begin on the 22nd.
The optional vaccine verification program for Larimer County businesses has been dropped by health officials. The program allowed owners to opt out of the mask mandate in Colorado if patrons and staff were fully vaccinated. Backlash from the community at several county commissioner board meetings caused officials to put the plan on pause. Less than a month after the proposed program was announced, it was abolished. The Larimer County Health Department is now focusing on pediatric vaccines, administering booster shots, and increasing treatments.
You know, I don't think booster shots are going to be the only thing to help Fort Collins residents get through the winter. I don't know about you, but coffee is a big one for me.
Yeah, I know I'm going to need a lot of coffee as soon as I come back from fall break.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of, Natalie Devereaux has more information about how one little coffee chain is making a huge difference. Natalie?
Thanks, Robbie. In 2019, food insecurity hit its lowest point in 30 years. But since the pandemic, those numbers have been steadily rising due to high rates of unemployment and an unstable economy. However, a coffee shop right here in Fort Collins is taking a stand to help the community and provide baked goods throughout the holiday season.
The Human Bean of Northern Colorado has been locally owned and operated since 2004 and has 2 locations in Fort Collins. This will be the 5th year they are conducting their annual baking item drive.
I think it's something that a lot of people get really excited about. It's some things that they look forward to. Every single year we have people coming through asking, "Are you guys doing the bake drive?"
Customers are encouraged to drop off baking supplies to any drive-through location.
Anywhere from flour, sugar, pumpkin spice mix.
There's people who don't even come by here a lot, and they hear that we have the bake drive, and they come by just for that.
The items will then be distributed between the Fort Collins Rescue Mission and Weld Food Bank.
Just jaw-dropping. They get so excited and they're just in awe of how much the community has been able to come together.
It's nice to give and give back.
A statistic given by the rescue mission states that over 300 people in Fort Collins are experiencing homelessness, and Weld Food Bank shares that 1 in 3 Coloradoans are combating food insecurity.
Very fulfilling. It's very nice to have barista work be something that's important and something that has an impact on the community.
The holidays can be an especially difficult time for those encountering these hardships, and the human being wants to do their part to make it a bit easier.
I'm really excited to see what we can gather up and the joy that we can bring.
And it's just a big success every single year. We have a full SUV filled to the brim with food from both Weld County and Larimer County.
The drive will continue through the week, ending on Saturday. Items can be dropped off at any human being location in both Larimer and Weld County. Those who donate 10 or more items will receive a free drink at the stands.
So Natalie, what is the easiest way for people to donate?
Well, you can actually hand the items over to the baristas right at the drive-thru window. Back to you guys.
You know, I think it's really great to see people coming together as the holiday season comes around and as the weather gets colder.
Well, Robbie, there's actually an organization right here at CSU that's looking to spread a little goodwill themselves. A group set to tackle food insecurity, equity, and human rights at Colorado State University has been created. The Center for Ethics and Human Rights has been a project in the works for nearly a decade. The program's creator, Professor Lumina Albert, believes Colorado State University is the perfect college to implement the program.
CSU is a great place for the center because CSU has historically distinguished itself in research, teaching, and engagement in the areas of water, environment, and global sustainability. And these are all such important issues for ethics and human rights.
Led by CSU staff, the center will focus on sustainable development at CSU. The program will be virtually housed at the Tilt Building as well as the office of the provost. While the center may not be on campus yet, Albert and her team are looking to set up permanent camp soon. While the Ethics and Human Rights Center may be faculty-run, Albert predicts there will be many opportunities for students in the future.
Don't go anywhere, Rams.
Because Michelle Ellis is up next to let us know whether or not it's time to pull out our winter coats, so stick around. Welcome back from the break, Rams.
With over 3,500 hours flying combat in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Eastern Europe, Air Force Colonel Greg S. Johnson will be returning home to Ram Country. Johnson will be coming back to CSU to lead the Air Force ROTC program, where he first began his journey 20 years ago. One of Johnson's goals is to increase the number of cadets in the program. Johnson says that he's back where it all began and that this is a wonderful opportunity for him.
A decade-long project aims to eliminate Moby Arena's carbon footprint by drastically changing the heating system. Currently, Moby relies on heating from a stream system located across campus on the Oval and cooling from chillers in Moby's basement. The GeoX project plans to update this with a geo-exchange system that uses pipes located under the intramural fields to keep water at a constant 50 degrees. The project received praise from the Engineering News Record and was recognized as the Project of the Year for 2021. But ENR isn't the only one who thinks the Moby GeoX project is a big deal. Carol Dollard, an energy engineer at CSU, believes the program has huge potential.
That is our first major project that takes things off the steam system and towards electricity, which helps get us on a path towards our carbon neutral goals.
Construction for Moby's cool new upgrades began in early 2020 and were amplified by the school's empty campus during the pandemic.
Colorado State University students may be saving the world. Students Emily Bergman, Tesla Play, and Blorinda Velou have partnered with PhD student in the Department of Political Science, Julia Chulwi Munsaka. They are currently in the top 6 teams in the Hankin Schools of Economics Humlog Challenge, which attracted 21 schools in 16 countries. Their proposal for this challenge is resilience kits, which would be distributed to the country of Mozambique. This country is vulnerable to natural disasters, and due to climate change, their vulnerability has increased. According to Munsaka, these kits will be hermetically sealed food bags that contain crop seeds to help with food scarcity. Their proposal has reached the finals in this competition, where the winner will be decided on November 17th.
Staff and personnel at Colorado State University are being recognized by the Everyday Heroes Award. The Classified Personnel Council biannually celebrates CSU workers for everyday service that may fly under the radar. The heroes are chosen and nominated by their fellow co-workers. This semester's nominees include Academic Success Coordinator Marjorie Moss, Custodian Jim Thake, and Cassie White, Director of Football Administration. The Everyday Heroes Award believes that every staff member at CSU is doing hard work and aims to highlight the devotion these employees demonstrate every day.
Thanksgiving break begins in just a couple of days. I know I'm pumped for a week off school and missing deadlines, but how do other students feel? This is exactly what I went to go find out this week. As the fall air gets colder and leaves fall off trees, the students of CSU are excited to take a break.
I am really looking forward to see my family again, and then also see friends from high school who went off to different colleges across the nation.
And I am most excited for going home and baking with my mom.
Well, I'm excited to see my new puppy and get to see my grandpa again. I haven't seen him since August, so that'll be really fun.
Apart from the week off classes and seeing loved ones again, some of these students have fun events planned.
We have just some family friends coming in for Thanksgiving dinner. We usually do like a scavenger hunt to go get all the food for Thanksgiving, so my dad does like a cute little scavenger hunt. So yeah.
Cook up a great Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving, so I'm excited for all of that stuff.
Me and my cousins and stuff, we always get together and we like have our big family Thanksgiving, so that's going to be really fun. So I'm excited for that because I haven't seen my cousins and stuff in a while.
In terms of the remaining weeks, students are hopeful to stay on campus and successfully complete finals.
I don't know, I like final season. It just really motivates me to work hard, do my best, so I'm excited. And then I'm excited to have a break after that. So
I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to is finals, because they're just terrible.
I am very happy to be on campus. I'm just hoping everything, stays open and nothing really freaks out or anything. I just want to keep this kind of campus life going. I'm loving it.
It was great to hear what students are planning on doing over break. I know I cannot wait to go home and rest up during the holiday.
Well, Rams, that is all the news we have for you tonight.
But don't go anywhere, because Brandon Cruz is up next to give you the full rundown over what went wrong during CSU's matchup against the Air Force.